What is up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, and I'm bringing you another Fire Emblem Fates video. That's right, we got another Fire Emblem Fates video here. This one I'm doing is kind of another personal pick of mine as far as top 8 characters in Fire Emblem Fates. So yeah, this is my own personal opinion, you know. So I mean, if your favorite character's not on here, you know, put your pitchforks down, relax. I have a remedy for this. The second top 8 video I will be doing probably about next week sometime. I will be doing another top 8 Fire Emblem characters, Fire Emblem Fates characters, but this time it will be of your choosing. So that's right, I have 2 polls, one for Nohr, one for Hishido, and you will be able to choose which characters you would like to see on the next list. You know, and they'll be open for about a week or so, and then I will check out the results of the polls, and the top 4 Nohr and top 4 Hishido characters will be put on a list that I will release in the future. But yeah, so this one is my own personal one. So let's get into this, shall we? Alright, so number 4 is a tie, really, because I really couldn't just put one of them on this list, and that's Odin and Ophelia. Both of them are awesome characters. They're both over the top. They're both pretty cool. I like this about them, and especially since, you know, they're on the Nohr side. Nohr kind of needs some of that over the top, like happy kind of goofiness, because I mean, most of them over there are, you know, bloodthirsty psychopaths, or they have some kind of dark past. Like, Nohr is really dark, man. Like, seriously. So they definitely need, you know, some kind of over the top character like Odin or Ophelia. It just works out pretty well. Speaking of over-the-top characters, that brings me to number 3. Flannel. Alright, so Flannel is like Odin and Ophelia. He is kind of goofy. He's not as over-the-top as they are, but he is kind of goofy in his own way. You know, he's a werewolf that gets lost. What type of werewolf, you know, gets lost? He has a sense of smell. He should be able to smell wherever he really wants to go. But nah, he has a horrible sense of direction. And he finds the strangest things good. You know, like gross things, disgusting things. Because he's a dog, what do you expect? You know, but of course, like most people on the Nohr side, he does have a dark side. And he particularly likes eating people. Even for Nohr, that's dark, okay? And speaking of the violent, we have Camila. That's right, number 2, another list for Camila. I mean, you can't really make a list talking about Nohr characters without talking about Camila. I mean, shoot, I mean, she's freaking awesome for various reasons. But beyond that, her character is also pretty cool too. I mean, she will definitely go the distance for you and basically murder anybody that gets in her way. I mean, that's freaking cool. You know, I mean, not to mention she's the High Princess of Nohr. You know, I mean, that definitely is cool. You know, she's a freaking Wern rider. I've never been a fan of riding units, but her, she's just awesome. And of course, the number 1 Nohr unit on this list, Azura. Now, I have never put Azura on one of my lists for Fire Emblem because she is one of the main characters. So my last 2 waifu lists, she wasn't on there because basically it's kind of a no-brainer that, you know, Azura is going to be a contender for being a waifu. That's a no-brainer altogether. So I mean, really putting her on the list, you know, just didn't really seem right, I guess. I don't know, that might have been a bad idea, but definitely, you know, Azura is one of the coolest Nohr characters. And yes, I know you can use her on both sides, but I have particular reasons for putting her on the Nohr list that I won't explain because of spoilers. But yes, she is an awesome character that you can use on the Nohr side. And she's probably one of the best Nohr characters, you know, that's not counting the non-playable ones. But yeah, I mean, she's awesome. I mean, her water powers, or her abilities, was actually able to stop Ryoma in the game. I'm not going to tell you which part of the game that was, but she did. Rejat. Yeah, the Tharja looking chick. That's what we're gonna call her. They pretty much got me because they changed all of the names for the English localization of the game, and this name is definitely different from her original Japanese name. But yeah, she is one of my favorite Hishido characters, mainly because she's connected to Tharja, you know, and Tharja was an awesome character in Fire Emblem Awakening. And, you know, like Cordelia, she is also one of the characters that died in my first playthrough. So, yeah. But, yeah, you know, definitely one of my favorite Hishido characters. Number 3, we got Hana, otherwise known as Kaze Hana, but just Hana for the American version. But yeah, man, she's basically your stereotypical tomboy, you know, but I mean, come on, and Kaze Hana is awesome. She's one of the first characters we actually learned their name and their class, and I mean, Kaze Hana is just awesome. I mean, you can just look at her, like, little banter between her and Tsubaki. She has a pretty cool personality, and she would definitely make an interesting waifu, even though me personally, I probably wouldn't waifu her, at least not in the first playthrough, maybe in the second or third playthrough. But yeah, she would make an interesting waifu. But yeah, man, she's one of my favorite Hishido characters though. I can't wait to see, you know, I might even pair her and Tsubaki together to see exactly how that relationship turns out. Alright, so number 2 on the Hishido side is another tie. These two, I really couldn't you know, decide between the two, because they do have a lot of similarities, but they also have a lot of unique and interesting qualities about them too, and that's Kagero and Hinoka. So basically, they're both kind of like the serious, stoic type of characters. Kagero being basically a stoic shinobi type of character, and of course Hinoka being, you know, she's being kind of like a completely different take on a princess. She's not a princess. She's not prim. She's not proper. She's serious, and she's basically an ass kicker. And you know, I like both of them, and I really couldn't put them off of the list. I couldn't pick one to put on the list, so I gave them both the number 2 spot. And number 1 for the Hishido side, we have, of course, you guys knew who this was. You knew who number 1 was. It's Ryoma. Ryoma. I mean, come on now. He's the eldest son of the Nohr king. He is the crown prince of Nohr. Basically, he's gonna be the king, and he's one of the most awesome samurai ever. He wears bright red armor, so you know what he looks like on the battlefield. You know, when you see the crimson, you're gonna die. You know it's all over. Ryoma is freaking awesome. I mean, you know, he is kind of stoic, but he also has that big brother quality about him too. Not to mention he has a freaking lightning sword that also shoots fire, or that could have been just for effect, but still, Ryoma's awesome, and you can't have a top list of Hishido based characters without having Ryoma on it. You just can't. I tried, I couldn't. So that's about it for my personal list. Now it's up to you. You guys will now decide who your favorite characters are. So go ahead, vote away, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.